We have details of these stories and more, including sports and entertainment. If you stay with me over the next 60 minutes, remember we're on DSTV channel 279, also across all our social media platforms. Let's begin this afternoon from here. Economic consultant and founding member of a governing New Patriotic Party, Kwame Pienim, says the exchange rate has exposed Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. The founding member of the NPP also accused the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, of badly managing the economy and also plunging the country into debt.
Ken Ofori-Atta has borrowed more than any other minister for finance. The finance minister doesn't take my phone calls. The deputy took. Say 3 weeks ago, I reached out. The president takes my phone calls. He talks to me.
Okay.
He's very busy. Finance minister doesn't take my phone calls. Even when I reach out to his personal assistant to book an appointment, he doesn't give me an appointment. They know what they are doing. The exchange rate and monetary policy does not become a political football. We made a political football by saying the exchange rate, we've arrested the exchange rate. It was never like that. Bank of Ghana takes a look and then at the exchange rate where it is going and sees how to be able to protect it.
Have we been exposed? I mean, we heard the Vice President say that when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose us. Have we been exposed?
Of course, Dr. Bawumia has been exposed by his own exposure.
There, Kwame Pienim speaking to Bella Mundi on New Day here on TV3 early this morning. Let's do some crime-related stories. Now, the police in the Upper East region are being challenged over the shooting of a young man, Simon Nawak Yindong, who the police say was linked to the killing of 2 police constables in Zuarungu on December 15, 2021. But some youth of Shaga in the Talensi district of the Upper East region disputes the police's version of accounts. The Shaga youth say Simon Yindong is not an armed robber and are demanding justice for him. Here's a report sent in by Tanko Mohammed Rabiu.
The police announced the shooting and killing of Simon Yindong at Batia in the Talensi district for his alleged role in killing 2 police constables at Zuarungu. But in a sharp reaction, members of the Shiaga community reject the claims Simon Yindong was an armed robber. At a media briefing, Michael Zoga described the police action as cruel, insisting the deceased is a committed mine worker at El Mining Company. The Shiaga community members are demanding compensation for the late Simon Yindong's wife and children. They called on the IGP to call his men to order.
He was not at the time involved in committing any crime, making reference to the Criminal Act 1968 and 29, be it in the form of violence stipulated in section 197. Let it be on record that this is not the first time the police have been treating youth and people from this part of the district with such impunity. Enough is enough. We will have to resist their brutalities.
When contacted, the human resource manager at El Mining Company, where the late Simon worked, said the deceased was on night duty underground in a mining shaft the day the 2 police officers were killed in Zuarungu.
And so this is a subject we are staying on a while longer because in the last few weeks we have observed from the police's social media handles, every day there's an action involving the police, whether they are shooting some armed robbers or having a shootout or exchange with a group of criminals in parts of the country. And there are many who have raised concerns about the police's latest action, whether it is a shoot-to-kill approach that's been adopted by the police. We'll hear from the police shortly. But let's go to Ninewusu in the Ashanti region, where some 5 community members were killed sometime last week on suspicion they were robbers. The police says they are looking into this particular matter, but my colleague William Evans Inkum reports the youth have fled the area for fear of reprisals. Evans, tell us what you found when you got to Ninewusu.
Well, Kwamla, I can tell you that this place almost looks like a ghost town. Most of the youth have left this particular place for fear of reprisal. Don't forget that last week when we spoke with families and friends of the 5 people who were brutally murdered at the Chief Palace in Ninewusu, be threatened that if they don't get justice, then they will have no other option than to also retaliate. But I can tell you that even though 2 people, as I'm talking to you, have been arrested, and they are currently in prison custody, one Solomon Mensah and Ibrahim Mohammed. The police are still on a manhunt for more people, we understand. I can tell you that there's an easy calm as far as this particular place is concerned for fear of reprisal. So the youth have left.
Okay.
All I see is aged and then women. As far as this particular place is concerned, not too long ago, I engaged the chief, Nana Adututu, who was present when the incident happened, and he has been narrating that particular ordeal to me. It was a very, very nasty scene on December 6th when, hundreds of irate youth pounced on these guys. But he's saying that currently, as part of measures to avert future recurrence, they banned all mining in this particular area. And look, if you're talking about mining, it's not legal mining or even medium-scale mining. Most of the concessions are being operated as illegal mining. So it is something that has also drawn a number of youth from different parts of the country to this particular place. So all operations are halted, and they are also assisting police to arrest the other people who are currently at large. Komla.
And from your interaction with the leaders of the area, do you get the sense that they trust in the police to get to the bottom of this latest incident?
Well, for the chief, what my interaction with him, if I should make any deducement, then I can tell you that it looks like he's very much committed to this particular cause, because for now, he hasn't hidden anything from me. I mean, giving me all that happened or transpired on that particular fateful day, nothing has been left out as far as his narration is concerned. And he's been working together with the other community leaders. For instance, like the unit committee chairman and the assembly member for this area. Don't forget that when that incident happened, they were not spared. Even the chief was also injured in the course of that, because he had wanted to protect them and hand them over to the police.
Right.
But he was not left out of the attack. The community, the unit committee chairman was also not left out of the attack. So for them, even their life at risk. It's at risk. So they are doing everything possible to ensure that those who are at large are, arrested, so that there will be some level of peace as far as this particular area is concerned. So when I talk about cooperation from the chief's narration, it does appear that they are cooperating at the highest level.
All right, thank you. William Evansinku, my colleague from Yenewusu there, bringing us live updates on the situation involving the killing of 5 community folk who were, mistaken to be armed robbers sometime last week. So my colleague Roland Walker put the question to the Public Affairs Director General of the Ghana Police Service, whether the service has now adopted a shoot-to-kill approach in dealing with crime.
We've noticed that the armed robbers oftentimes are very callous. They use illegal weapons and unlawfully execute their attacks with impunity, i.e., the policeman that was killed around Jamestown. We saw how 2 young police officers on patrols in the central market area of Zuarungu were shot and killed by armed robbers. Aside incidents that happened, the Kaswa police, among several others. And not only that, but decent people in society being robbed of their monies and property. And by so doing, the police are mandated by law to protect all citizens in the country. And when an armed robber is in operation or is in action and the police comes in to stop it, it is their responsibility to submit themselves to the law. And the police are agents of the law. And should they fail to respect the laws of this country, should they fail to submit themselves to the law, but rather decide to use violence, to use means to perpetuate their criminal agenda, showing gross disregard to the law, to kill, maim, and rob people of their properties, the police, as a law enforcement agency, has the backing of the law to defend the good people of this country, to protect them from harm, to secure their environment for them to go about their businesses without let or hindrance. And by so doing, the police might resort to our rules of engagement, making sure that the criminal is contained, making sure that that criminal is arrested. If the criminal so decide not to submit himself to the law, but to kill decent people and the police officers as well, nothing stops police from applying use of force.
So you heard the ACP Kwesi for he's a Director General in charge of Police Public Affairs, speaking to my colleague Roland Walker. There's a lot more on the conversation my colleague had with him will be available on our social media platforms and 3news.com. Stay with us. We have a lot more stories after this break. You're welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Let's head to the Western region now because 5 persons were injured following a train accident involving an overspeeding tipper truck at Nkontompo level crossing in that part of the country. This comes barely 5 days after 2 coaches collided head-on at Wasa Manso in the Mpoho district, leaving 5 persons dead. Our Western Regional correspondent Eric Yaweje has visited the scene. He has some updates. He's joining us with those updates. And we know that this is the second time in 1 week that trains are derailing in that part of the country. The last incident claimed 5 lives and left many others injured. And the incident, which is the second one, which occurred sometime yesterday, we understand has left also 5 persons injured. And the cause of this latest incident is not immediately known, but officials say they are investigating to understand exactly what may have caused the derailment of a train yesterday. But the previous incident, which happened last week, was attributed to lack of maintenance. That's according to the Railways Minister John Peter Amewu, who visited the scene of the accident last week, and he charged management of the Railway Development Authority to look into the matter and, as a matter of urgency and as quickly as possible, submit a report on the derailment to the ministry. And barely days after that incident, we're learning about another crash which luckily did not claim any life, but left at least 5 people injured. They are receiving treatment in hospital. So that's the latest coming through from the Western region on the train accidents. Eric hopefully joins me now for some more information. Eric, take it away.
Particular level at both ends. And then we have the reflectors as well, and then we have the stop loop and listen before you continue. So there are enough signs which the drivers need to watch before probably approaching the but most of them ignore it.
I spoke with the driver earlier and he told me that he was not driving at top speed. Again, the signs were not visible and he didn't hear the train coming.
Good. If he was driving at a speed of 90 kilometers, then he could have stopped when immediately he saw them. But once he could not stop, then that shows you that that's not the speed he was stuck. And then the other issue is you can go along the route for yourself and witness whether you have the signs indicating the various speeds per distance.
Okay, so, but tell me, what is it at level crossings? Because the accident, the collision that happened at Manso also happened at a level crossing.
No, it wasn't a level crossing. That one is station limits.
Okay.
Yes, that one, it was approaching the station. We have 2 lines at the station where we do crossing.
Okay.
Yes, the issue is crossing. The crossing here is where 2 trains pass each other, but they pass each other on different lines. So at every station, we do crossing here. But this is a level crossing where the road and then the rail line is at par. The vehicles can cross at ease. That's why we have the level crossing.
So currently, what are you doing to ensure that we don't see this again? Because I remember that there's been a similar incident here this same year.
Okay, what we intended doing is we have to reinforce our security measures here, and then probably engage urban roads so that if we construct speed limits before you approaching the level crossing, that one at least will reduce the speed for us a bit.
You mean speed ramps?
Yeah, speed ramps. Yes.
Would that be the best? So then it means that at every level crossing you have to construct system.
Yeah, but we can start. It will be on a pilot basis. We can start with where we are having issues with. So, for example, the protocol crossing coming closer to we can start with here and see the results. So the results will propel us to do more at other level crossings.
We spoke with residents around and residents along your tracks, and they are concerned about rail security. What are you doing about rail security? Because it appears that this may not, unfortunately, be the last time that we are going to witness such an accident.
Yeah, rail security means all hands on deck. The indigenous, the local people around, they all have to understand us. Because from Adembra coming, you realize that we've started holding the track, but agitations from the local people shows that we need to stop. We need to stop. The reason being, that's where they cross to the other side of for marketing or any other thing. But with we holding the track, and then you can only cross at the crossing level, will also reduce these accidents.
Okay, so the one that happened at Manso,
yeah.
we understand that 11 people were injured and they are currently at the hospital. Have you heard anything about them?
As I speak now, I know they are all doing well, but we've not gotten any concrete answer as to whether it is. But for now, they are all doing well.
Okay, they've not been discharged; they are still in the hospital.
Yes, please.
Okay, all of them are your workers, or some of them are?
No. Some of them are not our workers.
Okay, and what has happened to the 5 who died? Any word from the family? Any word from the?
No, for now we've not. I've not heard anything.
Okay. The last time the minister, John Peter Moru, was around, and he did indicate that there's going to be a committee to look at the accident. Do you know anything about the committee?
Yes, I know a committee. That one, a committee will be formed. They are yet to form the committee, and then when the committee is formed, we'll do deeper investigation into the whole issue and come up with the concrete solutions and probably possible solutions to deter us from. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So that was Emmanuel Agude, a deputy civil engineer for tracks here at the Ghana Railways Company, explaining to us what happened and measures they are putting in place to ensure that we don't have a recurrence. Eric Hiwage, TV3 News.
So from the Western region, let's go back to the Ashanti region, where mobile money vendors in Konongo specifically are conducting their activities in fear following the shooting and killing of one of the agents there Tuesday night. At least 5 merchants have been attacked and robbed of their sales in the last few months. The Ashanti Regional Police Command is on a special targeted intelligence-led manhunt for the 2 suspected armed robbers who shot and killed the merchants in the latest incident in Konongo. Ibrahim Abubakar, my colleague, is joining me from the residence of a deceased. Ibrahim, tell us about the mood in the area. The residents must be broken by this.
This is the exact spot where a 42-year-old mobile money vendor was shot and killed by suspected armed robbers Tuesday evening. Edward Jemfi had parked his vehicle over there and he was walking right in his home when he was accosted by his assailants and robbed of his money before being shot. Now this morning, family and friends have gathered at the deceased residence and they are mourning their loss. They are demanding from the police to expedite investigation and bring the perpetrators to book.
No ana me hwehwe acho mi nua ba mo bra pani o ye bra ba kope enu a me de minim hwe me da dem ha won si wa ha ti just o me dine chipe where da me ti free me ti say me nua kasa ne say me mfa mamo dise me ku me mfa mamo o cancer and me hona me ni ba mo say any wonya attack e wo dine chiti me ben window na ka che ne say chai bibia ama no na pay it pain at once no e da no wo so na wo sie padam wonya sam gitu afedi na ehu abom timi dia me ka fa cloud say me bia bonti no be chichire baby I am say be amuja no ha pie ba ya na me free ni person make up within 1 minute no.
The incidents, I'm very, very, very shocked about the incidents. We are not thinking about such a thing. Here is a new site. From here to town, where the police station is far. So if the government will permit or come and make some police patrol here, bring police patrol around these areas, it will be better. And street light. When you look at around, there is no street light, so anything can happen at any time. So we are appealing to the government to do something.
Mobile money vendors in and around Konongo are now conducting their business in fear following the shooting and killing of one of them. The Ashanti Regional Police Command is on a special targeted intelligence-led manhunt for the 2 suspected armed robbers who shot and killed the mobile money merchant. The police says whoever will assist with vital information that will lead to the arrest of the suspect will be rewarded handsomely. We will be monitoring this development and update you subsequently. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3 News, Abusum Trieja, Konongo, Ashanti Region.
Still in the Ashanti region, the police there has increased presence in the central business districts and other highways to, as a matter of urgency, combat crime during the festive period. Ashanti Regional Police Public Relations Officer ASP Gordon Ahianyo has been speaking to TV3 about the measures they've taken to deal with crime, because in the last few weeks, incidents of crime in the Ashanti region have increased, including killing of mobile money merchants, killing of random individuals who are going about their activities.
Series of operations. Some of these operations are intelligence-led swoops and motorbike operations. Because we realize that most of these criminals, you ride on motorbikes and then use them to rob the unsuspecting ones. We've arrested a number of them, and that has yielded a lot of positive results. Our men are on the ground. We have a lot of them in civil dresses, patrolling the market centers. We have our men on the highways, because a lot of people will be coming into town. They will be exiting the region. People would want to hide in the outskirts and rob them. Our men are also there. The visibility men who are also out there. We have motorbike patrol. We call them rovers. They are also in town. We have the SWAT team. They are also patrolling, using their vehicles to patrol the metropolis. So I'll say you see them. When you are home and when you are going to sleep, you don't ask your child to go and lock the door. Ensure that you, the father or mother in the house, you go and lock the door. Don't leave it open. Please secure your doors.
You heard the advice from the police there. Secure your doors and also ensure you have your personal safety at heart whenever you're stepping out of your home. You're still watching Midday Live with me, Komla. And stay with us, we have more stories after this. In business this afternoon, government has rolled out the National Electronic Pharmacy Policy and Guidelines. The e-pharmacy platform is expected to provide access to drugs and also address counterfeit medicines. Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who spoke at the launch of a platform, is confident it will generate global revenue to over $81 billion.
National Electronic Pharmacy Policy and Guidelines will offer access to medicines to all clients across the country. The platform will also allow clients to engage pharmacists before purchasing a drug. The electronic platform will deal with fake and counterfeit medicines to sanitize the system. The e-pharmacy platform will seek to license and increase the number of practicing pharmacists, which is currently 3,668 as of 2021. The platform will also allow private pharmaceutical facilities to contribute data to address the turnaround time. Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who launched the policy, was confident it will grow exponentially the amount that will be generated from next year.
The national e-pharmacy is likely to boost pharmaceutical sales by between 100 and 200%. So it is a win-win for all. As we embark on this new path, please do not hesitate to give feedback to the Pharmacy Council so that the policy and the system can be improved continuously with the ultimate goal of making it easier and safer.
Registrar of the Pharmacy Council, Dr. Audu Rauf, said the platform will enable clients to register their grievances.
The public will be able to order medicines.
We apologize for that glitch in that particular clip there. Now, a senior lecturer at the University of Ghana, Dr. Ali Abdullah Nachia, has advised government to consider reviewing the existing double taxation agreements with other countries. His comment follows a research report which found disparities between the rates provided in the domestic law and in the tax treaties, creating an avenue for Ghana to lose revenue.
Ghana's experience over the years has shown that domestic tax revenue has been insufficient to meet the financing needs of the country. The country currently has entered into double taxation agreements with 13 countries across the world. The fundamental assumption which informed the tax treaty is that there will be a corresponding flow of capital between the treaty partners such that the tax revenue sacrificed by each state will even out. However, experts say there's a need to renegotiate all treaties due to some provisions skewed in favor of Ghana's treaty partners.
Our tax laws have changed over the years. From the Internal Revenue Act 2000 Act 592, we now have the Income Tax Act 2015 Act 896. With the changes in the Income Tax Act and then changes in other international tax spheres like the base erosion and profit shifting and the pillars that come with it, are we able to take a second look at our existing double taxation agreements and see what revisions are needed? Because at the end of the day, we are trying to protect the tax base.
A lecturer at University of Ghana, School of Law, William Owusu Demitia, called for a universal model tax treaty to serve as the basis for negotiation.
To ensure that Ghana benefits from these tax treaties as they are designed to do, there's a need for us to comprehensively review them. You don't review things in a vacuum. The only way we are able to review it if Ghana is able to come to a conclusion that this is the way Ghana wants to go. Ghana's model tax treaty must be enhanced and developed so that it can be the basis for us to negotiate going forward.
The report focused on issues to do with permanent establishment management, technical services, dividends, royalties, and interests.
This afternoon, your urban lifestyle radio 3FM 92.7 has lined up a series of activities to excite Ghanaians this festive period. The 3FM Retro Party, which comes off at the Bayview Village on December 23, and all-white party also on December 26, will be perfect fun locations. Head of Events, Lifestyle and Entertainment here at Media General, Kenneth Addo, has been sharing more light on this.
Find a day to bring all our listeners together, and even people who are out there who reminisce on these songs anytime you hear them. And so we decided to do a retro part, that nostalgic feeling, you know, together for those who were there way back in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. And even for the young ones who have heard these songs, they want to come through and have a party on tomorrow, 23rd December.
That should be fun. Do we have to dress like some of these? Or like, do we have to have a retro look?
That's the whole idea. If you have the costume, if you have the apparel that you used to wear, like the fubus and all the jerseys and the durags and the handbands and the headbands and all those kind of costume, then you can come through with that, you know, tomorrow. So after tomorrow, we rest for 2 days.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
and then
2 days.
26th.
And then Sunday, 26th, the Boxing Day. So this is the 3rd edition. Come Sunday, from 8 p.m. to the next morning, we'll cruise on the Princess, on the Dodi Princess, to a coded location. It's a different setting. Looks like an island, but it's not the Dodi Island. We're going to settle there and have a party there again. So that's how the party is going to look like.
And so we're there till what, the end of that day as well?
Till the next morning. So it's Sunday till Monday.
Nana Kojo Ado there, shedding more light on the Christmas parties that we have for you here at Media General and powered by 3FM 92.7. So do join us. Now, the much publicized BIM concert came off Tuesday night, December 21, at the Grand Arena at the Accra International Conference Center. Dancehall superstar Stonebwoy, together with other artists, billed for the concert, delivered on their promise to thrill fans to an unforgettable music experience. Naftali Bar was there. It was indeed a wonderful night as fans present felt the spirit of good reggae and dancehall vibes. The devoted fan base at the auditorium went wild, screaming as the BIM Nation president made his spectacular appearance on the stage at 1:30 a.m. With back-to-back hit songs, nothing could stop the die-hard fans from singing along. Then came the introduction of a headline artist, Jamaican giant Beanie Man.
Jamaica, I'm from Ghana. This boy, a DJ, my verse here. When you know, say me, you're the entertainer. But they call me sugar. Well, you see, we are the girl, them banana. Right now, so we're there in a banana. We hold our own kept banana. But you say we make it in la baba. So we say,
High point of a 2021 BIM concert was a freestyle session with Stonebwoy, his mentor Sam Mini, and Beanie Man.
So me say what? Hey, Mr. Beanie, Beanie, Beanie. Man be listening from beginning. And right now, welcome to Ghana. Push up the whole place from the rinning. Ghana knows that we don't fear that nobody did it. They will be over we like a city.
The night also saw amazing performances from a tall list of artists billed for the concert, including Edem, Kwesi Arthur, Kofi Kinata, Kwao Kese, among others.
Yo, put your fire. Do it for Stonebwoy. Let's go. Let's go. Wait. 2000. Wave your fire.
Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Sam George saluted Stonebwoy for an impressive show.
It's performing, you can't sit down, and you know it's been a fantastic festival of Ghanaian talent. Stonebwoy, Beanie Man, and all the many Ghanaian arts. Stone is like a brother to me, and for me this is my support for his art. He's highly talented. For a Ghanaian artist to sell out the arena, I mean, big ups to him.
Stonebwoy's BIM concert was one of a kind, with a lot of surprises popping out on the night. The event, which began at 9 Tuesday, came to an end 4 a.m. Wednesday, December 22, leaving fans still yearning for more. Hey,